Hey everyone! Today we have another Coco flow, and this one is yin inspired. All of the asanas that we practice, we're going to hold for at least a couple of minutes, and this is such a great way to slow down, to rest, and to give back to ourselves. We're going to be opening around the space of the heart, around the chest and the shoulders, and having a block or a blanket or a pillow or a bolster or something like that will be useful for one of the asanas that we do at the end of our practice. This is a short form version of a longer 60-minute class that we have on our app. I've just filmed this, and honestly, it was such a beautiful class. If you've been feeling like you need some more time for yourself, some time to rest and to breathe and to slowly move, then I totally recommend you trying this out. You can do so for free using a 7-day free trial. In it, we go into a little bit more philosophy as well, inspired by a quote from Nelson Mandela. So if that interests you, I'll pop all the information down below on how you can access it. We're going to start this practice in a tabletop position. Before we hold some asanas, we'll just flow through a couple rounds of cat and cow, very gently, very sweetly, just to warm up the spine a little more. Let's take a breath in as we drop our belly down, lift the tailbone, maybe the eye gaze lifts too. Cow pose. As we exhale, tuck the tailbone under, feel the ribs scoot towards the hips. Chin tucks towards the chest. Cat pose. Breathe in, open up. And then breathe out, round, turn inwards. It might feel nice to close the eyes down here and really tune in with how this feels for the body. Can you notice different sensations as you move? And maybe you'd like to move even slower. This class it's not about rushing, it's not about moving from shape to shape. It's about slowing down and surrendering and being all there within our body, our breath, our mind, our heart, our spirit. We'll set up for puppy pose. Keep the hips stacked on top of the knees. Take a step forward with both hands. Breathe in. As you exhale, melt the heart towards the ground. Tailbone lifts towards the sky. If you're feeling quite open, if your heart is close-ish to the ground, you could lift the eye gaze. Maybe the chin comes down. Bring some more extension to the cervical spine. But if that feels quite crunchy, then just tuck the head back in, bring the forehead down. And soften the elbows onto the mat. Letting the whole body get heavy here. Noticing where you can feel this. Maybe into the shoulders, the armpits, maybe down the spine, maybe somewhere else. Can you fully soften into those places? So if you notice any clenching, any tightening of muscles, What does it feel like to let that go? Let's find a slightly deeper breath. As you inhale, can you feel your ribs expand to the sides of the mat, as well as up and down? And then as you exhale, feeling the ribs soften, feeling the belly lift up slightly. Maybe the heart melts closer to the ground. Let's take another 5 really slow breaths here. And keep your hands planted on the ground. We'll roll ourselves forward. You can either just bring your hands down underneath your head or bring them down by your sides. Forehead could come down, or maybe the side of the temple. Just take a moment to let the shoulders soften, let them round. And from here we'll move into what's known as broken wing, or just simply a chest stretch. Let's start by extending the right hand out in line with the shoulder, left hand by the ribs, left toes turn high. We'll take a breath in. As we exhale, roll onto the right side of the body, push through your left hand a little bit, and land your left foot, maybe behind your right thigh. If it feels comfortable, maybe the left knee turns towards the sky, so you might get a little bit of a deeper stretch through your hip this way. And it also gives a little bit of leverage to roll the left hip back more, which provides more of a twist through the spine. And target muscles here, kind of the anterior deltoid, the front of the shoulder, as well as the pec muscles. At any point, if this feels very intense for the right arm, you could reach your right arm forward so that your bicep is underneath your head. Always coming back to the breath. Letting this be an anchor for our mind so that we are, to the best of our ability, as present as we can be. Of course, every day is going to be a little different. Our mind is going to be in different places. The speed is going to be different of thoughts. The quality of thoughts are going to be different. But the breath is always there for us. Let's go 3 more slow breaths. And then rolling yourself back through center. Before we get to the other side, you might just kind of bring the hands back down by your sides or wiggle the hips around. This is a really great pose for if you do a lot of sitting down. Often when we sit down, our shoulders round forward and our chest gets very tight. So this is a good one for you. Left hand out, right hand by the ribs, right toes turn high. Take a breath in. As you exhale, roll onto the left side of the body. If you can, bring the left side of the head onto the ground. If it doesn't quite meet, then maybe pop a block underneath it or a pillow. As best as we can, we're trying to have everything or every part of our body connected to the ground in some way, so we don't have to hold, we don't have to put effort in to maintain this shape. Take another 4 breaths here. Can you notice any parts of the body where you can soften a little more? Maybe around the face, softening the eyebrows, eyelids, relaxing the jaw, and the lips, all these places that we can hold a lot of tension in. And maybe it's as subtle as the hands or the feet, the toes, the fingers. Let's roll ourselves back. And to counter those back bends, we'll push ourselves up into a child's pose. And for this one, we'll have the knees a little bit more narrow so that as we sink our hips to our heels, we can reach our hands behind us, palms facing up. Feel the body connected to the ground. Feeling into the sense of surrender and devotion to ourselves, to this practice of slowing down. It's not always easy, especially when everything in our world often is telling us to do more, to be more. But we can get great satisfaction from doing less, from resting.
Press yourself up.
The final shape of our practice will be our fish pose, our supported fish pose. For this one, grab your prop. If you didn't have anything, you can just lie down on your back. Otherwise, if you did have your prop, you're going to bring it underneath the rib cage. And then you'll lower yourself down, just adjust it as you need so it feels comfortable. You'll bring your head down so that the throat opens. Legs could be long. You could also be in constructive rest with your feet wide, your knees together, or maybe in your bound angle pose, feet together, knees out. Hands could be open to the sides, they could be over the head. Can you breathe into the expansion around the chest, around the ribs, feeling that lift, that lightness that this asana creates. Letting go of any tension. Feeling the whole body melt towards the ground. Feeling the support of the block. Feeling the support of the earth beneath us. We'll take another 4 slow breaths here. As we breathe in, can you feel the ribs lift up? Feel the belly expand slightly. Slow breath out, really, really slow. Maybe even pause the breath at the bottom. And then to come out, just bring your elbows down, grab your hands around your hips, just lift the block away and lie down onto your back. We'll just be here for a couple of moments to let this adjust. Feeling the ribs back on the floor, feeling the chin tucked in slightly. Finding a sense of balance, neutrality. Just pull the knees towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. If you want to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer, I would totally recommend it. Give yourself that time to just be, not needing to do anything. But if this is where you'd like to finish your practice, you might grab the back of your legs to roll yourself up. Thanking ourselves for making this time to slow down, to listen, to connect with the heart and the lightness and expansion it can bring. Take a slow breath in, lengthen the spine a little more, and a slow breath out. And then open your eyes. Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed this practice today and feel very rested and centered. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more of this, I would also love to hear that. And if you are watching on YouTube and wanted to try out the full practice or practice any of the other 350 videos we have on the app, then you can find all the information to sign up below. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.